What's good, guys? It's AJ, and today we got an OU match against Cheese. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, just wanted to play, and we played. So basically, big threats on his team. Well, not really big threats, but problems and really like annoyances would be his tentacruel. If it's subtoxic, his Mew, if it's nasty plot life form, his Celebi, depending because I don't have a strong bug hit or Tyranitar, like it's Celebi and all those base 100 Pokemon such as like Victini, Shame and all that, they're just really hard to take down in one hit. So I just gotta look out for that. He got Lando T for Terrakion, which is like the main sweeper in this game. And he has a Metagross, which is pretty interesting because I don't see those too often. They're not that common in OU, but he also has a Politoed for his Rain. And yeah, like I'm just gonna be using my old team, well, the team, yeah, we'll just call it the team. So yeah, over here he's just gonna lead off with his Mew as I lead off with my Rotomosh, since it pairs up pretty well against most of his Pokemon. So over here I do not know what kind of Mew it is, because it's like, to be honest, that thing worried me the most, because the thing about Mew is that it's really bulky and nobody really knows what it is due to its versatility of its move pool. So like it could be a support set and all that. So right here I'm just gonna Volt Switch, seeing if he wants to hit me or taunt me or Will-O-Wisp me or anything like that, so I can get a gist. But he actually hard switches, so I'm actually even more like intrigued by what kind of Mew it might be. So over he's gonna bring in his Tentacruel. I want to switch up because Skarmory does not pair up well with Tentacruel, because I could get potentially burnt and my special side isn't the strongest. So over here I knew Celebi would be the best switch in. I want to go for the Psychic, because if this thing ends up being subtoxic, as it will be, as you can see he does carry the substitute, and he will be carrying the toxic, as you'll see later, because toxic spikes and substitute just don't work out. So I just want to let him know that this thing is, I want this thing dead, so he'll switch out, and hopefully I won't see it that often on the playing field, because it can get really annoying, especially if my team is kind of like, it's not really hazard based, but the hazards really assist in the Volt Turn combo, and with mamoswine and Terrakion, obviously, so it can get those kills that it needs. So over here he's gonna make the good play and go into Metagross, quad resist my Psychic as I go for the U-turn. Right over here pulls a Choice Banded Pursuit on me, I assume, because I did outspeed, and yeah, I don't run enough speed to outspeed flipping max speed Metagross, so I'm assuming I was banded, since it did a lot and I do pack a lot of defense. So over here the Mew is back up in here, and I'm still really scared about, I'm worried about this thing. So I'm just gonna switch into my Tyranitar, thinking that this would be the best switch into a Mew, because if it does end up being nasty plot, then at least I can take a Fire Blast or whatever and survive a hit. But over here actually shows me that he has the U-turn, and he also has the Life Orb, and he crits me with U-turn, which really sucks, because it'd be really nice to have weather in this battle, especially because I do have a Terrakion that will benefit from that due to the special defense boost. I have and I can hinder his left Thieves recovery if anything has it on that side of the game. So over here I figured that, I'm like, oh shit, T-Tar is really low, I guess I can save it for Death Fodder, and he had no reason not to Earthquake, so that's why I had to switch out there, because he was gonna get up rocks regardless. So yeah, he outsped. So over here I'm just gonna go set up some more spikes, so next time his Tentacle comes in it's forced to spin. So over here I'm actually gonna go for the Whirlwind, I believe, as he goes for the U-turn. So he's gonna U-turn out into his Politoed just so he can get up his Rain. He knows that Stealth Rocks already kills off my Tyranitar, so it was pretty good that he brought in Rain already. And yeah, I wasn't really, well, I was kind of anticipating that. I didn't really care if he had to switch out, because Landorus can't do much to Skarmory, so yeah, I had to Whirlwind regardless. And yeah, over here I thought that he'd catch on to my plan at least and think a little bit ahead. Maybe thought he can hit me up with the Thunder Punch, get some power damage off, but he knows that that won't do anything, and he pretty much just makes the better play and goes into his Tentacruel and knows that he can spin away hazards and deal with Skarmory at the same time. So over here I'm just gonna go for the Whirlwind. In Skype he typed up to me saying that now you go at the T-Tar, he's trying to play mind games with me, because if I did have all my hazards up, because I think those were all 3 layers right there, so if I went into T-Tar there and I got the switch initiative, because T-Tar dies to rocks and he can't get the spin off because I died to rocks first, so I'll get the switch initiative into something else and I can get my momentum going with the hazards. That would work pretty well, but he does play the mind games with me and I get fucked over a little over there. So over here I'm just gonna set up another layer. I just want to keep on forcing his Tentacle to spin as much as possible. I don't want him to get the opportunity to poison something other than Celebi on my team, because Rotom is going to be really important for his Metagross. And yeah, I don't know, to be honest, I really don't know why I switched it in here, because he possibly could have just toxic and predicted my switch. I really forgot why I brought in Rotom over here, but you know, I know that from this point on it will bait him to go for the toxic, because you know, yeah, maybe I just wanted my hazards, but I like, you know, I probably wasn't thinking at the time. But I'm just gonna hard switch it to my Celebi now, knowing that I do have the natural cure and I can just recover off all the damage. And unless he has Ice Beam, he can't really touch Celebi other than stall it out. But you know, I do carry the Paralyzed Song on this set. This is really a special Celebi due to his EV spread, and not really his moveset, because his moveset's pretty standard other than its stab. But you know, over here it's just gonna try getting up damage, maybe a crit, I don't really know. He's behind the sub, so he had no reason not to Scald. But yeah, I'm just gonna go for the, what's it called, the recover over here, as he goes as he went for the Scald. My bad, I'm getting a little bit behind. But I'm just gonna get my lefties and get a little bit of poison damage. But now this turn I'm going to have to Paralyzed Song, because I cannot have this Tentacruel having fun behind the sub, because you know, the toxic will be racking up pretty soon, and it's gonna be hard stalling this thing out if I don't act fast. So basically, his Tentacruel, all that damage I've done to it comes down to 0, because with the combination of Rain Dish and leftovers, Black Sludge, whatever he had, it brought him pretty much back up to full HP. But what's good here is that the Paralyzed Song is coming down, and he's just gonna keep on using those turns to get a little more damage on me. I will go for the recover here, because I do need Celebi. Celebi is very important in this game. I need it to take a lot of hits, and it's pretty much the only thing I have to take on Tentacle one-on-one if it's not the last Pokemon standing on his team. So over here, because it's the only Pokemon I can switch in other than Rotom, because I don't want to get a poison. But over here, I figured that he would stop fucking around and stop scalding and stuff. So I'd go for the U-turn so I can get off the poison off my Celebi and get switch initiative as he switches out into his Politoed. So over here, I figured that Rotom would be the best switch in. I know that he wouldn't be that kind of guy and stop my momentum and go for switching, no, not go for switching, switching into Landorus T, because Landorus T can't really do much back, especially if he's carrying HPS, because HPS is kind of a necessity due to Gliscor and whatnot. So, and anything else that has that kind of typing. So over here, I'm just gonna go on my Celebi, knowing that I can kill it off with a U-turn and get switch initiative. I was really debating on going for the recover or not, because you know, Celebi is a very important member of this team. But I'm actually thinking that, you know, U-turn, since I do have I think I have a spike up, so I think I can get off damage and a little bit of hazards and momentum at the same time. So you know, I'm pretty sure that Celebi is sitting at a healthy amount of HP. So over here, he brings back his Mew. At the time I was thinking it's offensive, it's physically offensive life form, that's what I was thinking at the time. But he pulls off an Ice Beam on me, I'm just like, okay, whoa, he might be like a Genesect kind of set, you know, with the 3 elements, or maybe a Giga Drain or anything like that. And I don't really want to fuck around with that, because that thing can potentially actually like do work to my team, because I can't really switch in a Pokemon without, well, I have to predict, but you know, he can predict me and I can predict him, and a whole bunch of other stuff comes into factor right there. So over here, I figured that switching in Tyranitar for momentum as fodder would be the best thing, just to check if he has a T-Bolt. But he hard switches out into Tentacruel, knowing that it can deal with Skarmory and, you know, Spinway hazards at the same time. So over here, I'm just gonna bring in a mamoswine. Maybe he thought I can take a hit. Maybe he thought I was thinking I can take a hit and kill him off, but you know, I'm scarfed. So he doesn't know this. At the time in Skype, he told me, okay, Jolly, wow, really, Jolly Choice Bandit, I guess, because he didn't really see anything coming off like Life Orb and stuff. So you know, it was kind of messing with his mind a bit. But over here, I'm just gonna bring in Skarmory, figuring it would be the best thing to deal with Celebi if it does have the HP Ice. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I was able to live, but you know, I had a sense that maybe I could live, so maybe I could just bring in Skarmory, and yeah, I can just bring in the appropriate Pokemon after this Pokemon dies, so I can get a damage off with the Brave Bird, and you know, so on and so forth. So over here, he does not know I'm scarfed, so take this in. I'm gonna go for the Icicle Spear, and this is gonna be really fortunate for me, because I'm actually gonna get a 4-turn hit, which is, I don't really know the percentage, but I know that 3 is average and 4 I don't really know. Like, all I know is that was pretty crucial over there, because he could have potentially done work to my team, especially with Metagross and the Bullet Punch and Terrakion and all this business. So you know, it would come down really close if I did not get the 4-turn right there. But you know, it'd be really good if I had Weather at the same time, but you know, shit happens. But now I'm gonna bring in Celebi, predicting the Z headbutt, because I thought Rotom was too obvious, and I guess he really had no reason not to Meteor Mash there, but it really did not matter. I knew I could live because of the defense, the heavy defense investment I had in my Celebi. And yeah, so over here, I was expecting, like, okay, so last time he went for the ice beam, and now he's probably gonna go for a move that will probably want to hit Rotom and or the other Pokemon I have left. I believe mamoswine, because it does have thick fat, and I pretty much resist ice beam. So yeah, since he knows I'm Scarf now, he goes for the superpower, trying to hit one of those Pokemon while I stay in and go for the U-turn. If he killed me off, that would be fine. I guess I'd be able to switch into something to deal with me appropriately, such as mamoswine and or Terrakion, and I'd still have Rotom for his Metagross. So over here, he probably thought he could live a Spikes, well, a Spikes, really, a Spike switch in, but that's not the case. And yeah, like over here, Rotom proves its bulk because it lives a Stone Edge. I don't know what is standard, the standard EV spread for defensive Landorus, but it does not end up killing my Rotom, which is really, really great, because now the score is just going to be a lot more far apart, and yeah, I'm gonna live, which is good. So over here, now I figured that Bullet Punch wouldn't even kill, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't even outspeed me because Choice Bandit tends to run bulk. So over here, I'm just gonna not risk the Hydro Pump miss and go for the Volt Switch. So this is gonna be a really good game. It was pretty hot. I got really scared because the Tentacle was doing work. It could have done potential work if he did smell my Scarf, because I did post a lot of videos back then, and he saw my rematch video. So, you know, Mew would have been a problem if I didn't hang on with that. So yeah, good game, Cheese, and see ya.